It's episode 51 of the Daily Bee, and I have to say something. I don't like butts. Hey, this is Brian from Wright732.com and fitin.com, PHITIN.com. Check it out if you're a martial arts or fitness business owner. I want to work with you. Here we go. I just made a statement. I don't like butts. What does that mean? It means I don't like the word butt. So I have a friend who owns a martial arts and fitness business. We talk a lot about business. We talk about his business, my business, a lot of different things. And I was talking to him yesterday, and there was something that I addressed, and it was that he comes up with ideas, but this is how he phrased it. He's like, so I had this idea, but I want to do something, but there's always a but. So the problem is that his business is not changing or growing to the degree it could in terms of following, the ideas and the dreams and aspirations that he has, because he keeps saying but. So he keeps framing every idea as impossible because it's like, yeah, I want to do this, but, and then it's all the reasons why he shouldn't, wouldn't, can't, whatever. So here's my thing. I'm not a real big but person. So it's really funny that I'm saying this big butt person. But the deal is, if you have an idea and then you shoot it down with a but, you're giving yourself the excuse not to do something different. Now, if you do have concerns, they don't have to be but. It can be concerns. So if I have an idea for a new program, the challenges of the program are. These are things that can be solved. Instead of saying, I want to do a new program, but, you're giving yourself, again, the excuse, the out. So you have to change the vocabulary. Your vocabulary really does matter. What you say matters. It causes you to engage in certain ways. Here's an example of that. In 1997, I went to Greece, and a man punched me in the face and broke my jaw. Now, that's very simple terms. It's actually a completely true statement. But here is the full statement. In 1997, I went to Greece as the member of a U.S. karate team. I fought some of the better athletes from Europe at that time in Athens. In the semifinal match of the day, I was punched in the face and I had my jaw broken, and now my teeth don't touch. I'm fully biting there. So I had my jaw broken and it screwed me up. But there's a huge difference in that. So saying I went somewhere and had my jaw broken is a lot different than I went somewhere as part of a U.S. team representing my country, fighting against elite level athletes, did very well until I had my jaw broken. So, again, the words we use, how we fully describe things, it actually matters. So if I have an idea and I want to do something and I say I want to do this idea, but, and then I go into the negative narrative, it's a lot different than saying I have this idea, I'd like to give it a try. Here are the challenges of it. I could take those challenges on this way, this way, this way, and this way. It's a different conversation. It's a more of an entrepreneurial, developmental conversation. Allows you to free your mind about a project and to expand the thought process and really delve into it deeply. So when I say I don't like buts, I don't like the but and then the excuse so that you don't have to change. Understand? It doesn't matter what you do. You're going to come up with ideas on how to do things differently. Eliminate the but, deal with the challenges or lack of challenges, and then just, figure out a plan of attack. So if I have an idea, usually what I do is I flesh it out, meaning I say, okay, here's my idea. This is how I'd like to do it. These are the people I'd like to work with. And then I create a spreadsheet and create a P&L to try and figure out, okay, what kind of money can I make with this idea? What kind of growth can I, expect over time? How many people am I going to have to bring in? What's going to be the expenses on it? What's going to be the profit on it? That's a P&L. And then just break it out. And then if it looks like something that, the risk is worth the reward, well, then it's something I'll invest into. And then other times, the risk worth reward may not be there on the money side of it, but it's something that I really want to do that's going to balance me out. So I might be giving to this project and not getting the financial return, but it's going to make me happy so that I can invest my time and energy into some other projects that I may not love as much, but they're paying the bills. So you know what I'm saying? So it's like you've got to find that balance. And again, P&L statements are great for the numbers, but you have to have a strategy that works overall for the numbers, but you have to have a strategy that also works in terms of your happiness. And that's why if you eliminate the buts and you go with your initial ideas, the ideas that come out of nowhere tend to be the ideas that you subscribe to internally more. You know, it's not like you're reading a book and saying, so-and-so did this, maybe I should do it. It's something that springs from inside where you see a need that you can fill, but you don't see that unless you have a desire to actually do it. So when you listen to your internal voice, it's always going to give you ideas that are more aligned with, you know, your sense of success and your feelings and whatnot. So it's always better to listen to that than it is to emulate other people. So I've got involved in a lot of projects. I really had no idea what the hell I was doing, but I just knew I wanted to take something to a certain level, and sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't. But every time I failed, it gave me information to do something else. So I'm not afraid of failure. I'm not afraid of jumping into things that I don't necessarily have the education for, because if you really want it enough, you figure it out. It's like fighting. I have an athlete that I was talking to once, and I took a fight when I was 40, and I really didn't have the time to train for it the way I probably should have, you know, to try and get a different outcome than I had. But a friend of mine we were talking about it, and it was funny though. It was like, you know, trained or untrained, when you have like an overwhelming desire to do something, that desire will get you through. Sometimes it'll elevate you so you can actually find, you know, success as everyone else defines it, and sometimes it'll just get you through so you can have the experience. And in some cases, getting through and the experience is the success. And then other times, you know, there are other factors that you have to bring in. But the point of that is that if you have the will to succeed, the desire to achieve something, and it's this overwhelming desire, it will create the energy, and it will put you in a position where you will be forced to figure out the way so that you can get what it is that you so passionately want. So take all the excuses out of it. When opportunity comes, go for it. Ideas in your head that come from your heart are opportunity. Your heart is telling you what you want, what will fulfill you, make you happy, make you feel successful. Now it's your job to use your brain to figure out the puzzle and fit all the pieces together to make that a reality. For all of us, it's different. Even in the same industry, there are a million martial arts and fitness facilities out there. And trust me, there's probably a million definitions of success. The difference between those that are going to find the success and those that are not are the ones that listen to their heart and live transparently through their business and use their brain to learn, to absorb, to figure out, to fight through, to do whatever it takes to make your heart become a reality. I truly am a believer of what's coming from, you know, your center, opposed to what's coming from your analytical brain and what's coming from, you know, the social megaphone that's beating down on you since birth. Listen to your heart. If you have a good feeling about an idea, it's better than an idea making sense, because sense is just mathematics, and sometimes the mathematics are not in tune with what you actually want. The mathematics may add up to success on somebody else's standard, but success by your standard is going to be a feeling. It's going to be a satisfaction. It's going to be a confidence. It's going to be a connectedness with, you know, your action, your feelings, your ideas, everything together. You know, it sounds kind of weird and hokey here that I'm talking about this feeling and heart and whatever, but it is true. It is absolutely true. When you follow your passions and you get rid of the excuses and you do the things that you feel you were meant to do, the sense of satisfaction is so much greater than the things you feel like, okay, well, the math on this is good, so maybe I should go for it because I'm going to get this, but I really don't care about that, but everybody's telling me I should have that, so let me work towards it, whatever. That's bullshit. That's not you. You've got to do you. So take the things you're good at, become great at them. Take the things that your heart's telling you should do, incorporate them into your lives until those are the things that you're doing 80% of your day. That's it. That's my message. So get rid of the buts. Hate the butt. No more loving of butts. Get rid of butt. Have an idea. Figure out how to flesh it out to make it a reality. That's it. All right. Later.